Welcome to No One Cares, the podcast where I should probably shut up. But yet here I am yapping. Welcome to episode 2, guys. We are here again for another week. A lot of things I need to say. I just want to start with saying thank you. Honestly, so happy to be back. I'm so appreciative of all the support from all of my friends and family for this stupid, I just can't believe anybody even cares about this thing. I had so many people reach out, for things to help, like producing and all these other things, and I had a bunch of people ask to be on the podcast, which is like a cool thing. And we'll get there step by step. Like this is episode 2, like step by fucking step, people. All that being said, happy to be here, and let's just get right into it. Obviously, if you guys can't tell, if you guys are watching, but if you're not listening, if you're listening but you're not watching, you can't tell. But if you're watching, you can tell. I'm bundled up. It's like warm in quotation marks. My first topic I wanted to talk about is Los Angeles. We always come back to Los Angeles, but mostly the fucking weather. What is this, you guys? What is this? Like, I am all bundled up. I'm wearing my coats. I like to look good. This is all a facade. This is all playing. I'm just playing fucking pretend. Like, I don't know what is going on in this tiny little town. It's a little wet outside. It's getting a little wet. So thank fucking God we have something going on. It's winter. Allegedly, like, it's not winter. This was like fucking England weather in the middle of the summer when I was there. And we get this on our coldest part of year. I'm kind of tired of this. I know everybody moves to Los Angeles to be like, the weather's perfect and it's good all year round and it's warm. I don't need this. I don't need this little play pretend town. I'm really tired of the sad consistency of Los Angeles. If we are nothing, we are consistent. Like, what is this? I don't know. I miss rain. I miss cold. I miss hail. I miss sleet. I miss snow. I didn't usually get most of the other things, but I do miss rain, and I do miss it being like a livable city. It never was, but I miss it being I miss the weather. I want it to feel like winter instead of the end of spring where it's just a little cold, just a hint of cold, just a taste. So if you're somewhere where it's cold, I guess appreciate that. If it's cold all year round, I guess get over it. Because it's hot all year round here, and I don't know if everybody cares about I love the heat. I want to be in summertime all year long. But what are we doing here? I don't know. I'm not a fan. I just wanted to complain about that. So thank you for letting me complain for 2 minutes. So yeah, that's my big thing. I do want to start dressing nice, because that's what winter's all about. There's a lot of layers. I think I specialize in layers. I love layers. And during this troubling time, we can't really do that. I just want to be fitted up. I want to be called Hidden Valley the way I'm dressing, and I want it to be cold. So I guess that's what I have to say about that. Also, what else do I got to talk about? Dude, there's this new video game that came out. I'm sorry if you guys don't care about video games. But there's this new video game that came out. It's called Marvel Rivals. I've been playing that like a motherfucker. I've just been playing that bitch. I wanted to talk about it because, the biggest thing, free fucking video game. This video game is free. And let's run that back. This video game is fucking free. That is game changer. Okay, there's not a lot of games out there that are free, but the games that are free, why do they end up being bangers? Fortnite, let's talk about Fortnite, I guess. But I'm not a Fortnite player anymore, but we all played Fortnite at one point. And you guys cannot, you can't deny that you never played Fortnite. You never heard, it's just the go. And a free game, and those people make millions. When I was young, when I was a young little 14-year-old, I played League of Legends. Yes, I did. And do I have shame about that? Yes, I do. Free game in my entire life, I've probably spent upwards of $1,000 on it. I'm not kidding. I've been playing it for 10 years, so that's that. But I mean, look, the free games are wild because you the base level to play this video game is entry level is free. Anybody can do that. And I think that's such a smart fucking game plan. I think most people would be like, obviously not that smart, because free and you're not making money. But like when you get all these people to play your video game, you can fucking charge the shit out of them with these little battle passes, these little skins and shit. Like imagine Fortnite. I don't have shit on Fortnite, but I have that fucking Travis Scott skin. I don't have anything else, but I have that one fucking Travis Scott skin, and I did pay for it. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, like a free game got at least 15 out of me. And I guess the reason why I'm so hyped about this game, Marvel Rivals, the reason I'm so like excited about it being free is that like, okay, I'm a big Pokemon player. Okay? I like it. I like competitive. I like singles. I like doubles. I like Pokemon. I tried to get the game like a little while ago, the newest one for the Switch. Like to get the regular one, first of all, is already like 60 fucking dollars. I played it when it first came out, so I guess that was a little while ago. But I played it when it first came out, unfucking playable. Like so many glitches, unfinished game. What are we doing for $60? Like why are you going to charge me that? And then the game is unplayable. And then to get like all the Pokemon, not to be that guy, but like to get all the Pokemon to catch them all, you got to pay like another fucking $60 in DLC. So they try to sell you a bundle, and the entire bundle together is fucking dollars. $100 to play Pokemon. What the fuck? And like, so yes, I am gonna be hyped about Marvel Rival. Free fucking game, free game, and like awesome fucking characters, plays phenomenally. I could play with my homies. There's like hella cool characters. Everybody's different. Most people are viable in the game. It's like, let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that. So I'm celebrating. So yeah, I guess moral of the story. If you want to play like a good video game, if you like haven't played video games in a while, maybe you have your little system and it just hasn't been touched in a while, like Marvel Rivals is free. Marvel fucking Rivals is free. And it's a great time. I've been playing with all my homies, and we've been having a great fucking time. So if you're trying to get back into video games, if you don't want to spend on a video game, if you just want to play some dumb shit that you can pick up and put down in like 10 minutes, it's great. And I don't know. I was also like fan submission. This topic of conversation. Not I guess fan. My homie Brandon that I play with. He was like talk about this, and I wanted to, so I'm glad I did. Marvel Rivals, and like I said, I'm a big Marvel guy anyway. So like obviously I have a little bit of bias, with Duplicanu bias in that situation, but I still stand by it. I still think if you don't like Marvel, if you don't like superheroes, if you don't like understand all the lore and shit, still like so easily playable. Like so easily playable. Um so yeah, I play healer. Yeah, bitch, I help. Okay? I'm not a helper in my everyday life, but I'll give you some health. I do not care. I will help the boys and not be the carry. So yeah, that's my Marvel rival thing. I'm trying to do this thing also. I think I have to like take breaks when I do this. Um Mostly because I'll yap, and then I just like go into the next conversation or the next topic, and then I like fly through it because I'm yapping. Um, so I think this is a good time to say like I'll take a little break. I'll come right back. You guys won't tell the fucking difference. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna cut that shit up. I'm gonna put it all together, and you aren't gonna know the fucking difference. Okay? So I'm gonna take a little break right now. Here's a word from our sponsor. Don't have any sponsors yet, but when I do, I guess that's where that would be. And I'll be right back. You know what? Yeah, we're back. Yeah, I'm back. So okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about, there's this thing called gay fishing. It also is like queer baiting, a lot of terms for it. Um, I wanted to talk about the gay baiting on Instagram. There's this fool I follow on Instagram. His name is Sean Paul. SeanPaul. Not like it's Sean Paul, like not that guy, like a different Sean Paul. And he's like this white, like fucking Scottish boy or something. Definitely straight. Like he went. he got famous off of this TikTok he posted that was like, I'm not gay, but gay people are a right fucking laugh. Like it was honestly a funny TikTok. But anyways, he got famous off of this. Now he's an OnlyFans star. He's like 19. This fool's 19, and he's doing the OFs. And obviously, like when you're a guy doing it, you're definitely doing it for the fellas. You know, like the queens, the ladies. They're not jorking it to your OF. So obviously, when you're a man, you're like probably also doing it for the male gaze. It's like super interesting. This dude will be on the Instagrams, on the reels. I don't know if he does it on TikTok, but he definitely does it on the reels, and he'll like post himself like shirtless in the gym, or he'll post himself like walking and whatever, and it'll be like him with like his little selfie, and it'll be like 19 years old, like looking for an older man to treat right. No, he doesn't even say that. He'd be like 19, looking for somebody older to treat right. He never says man. He's always like looking for somebody older, or like looking for somebody who can handle this, like always gender neutral term. That man is not a queer. And it's like, I know you're not a queer. You went famous for like saying specifically you weren't a queer. It's so weird when people are like pertaining to the male gaze. I'm not even trying to be like a feminist or like whatever. I'm just trying to be like, the heck's going on there, man? I don't necessarily think it's that bad of a thing for people to be queer baiting per se, or to be benefiting off of the gay people's gaze. Whatever. That's like such a weird sentence to say, but I don't find a problem with it. I mean, like people used to be really mad at Harry Styles for being like fake gay, and I don't know, what are we mad about? I think it's weird for sure that this Sean Paul fella, I think it's so funny that his name's Sean Paul and he's like some Scottish guy. Because then he starts talking and you're like, brother, you need to shut up. Like, whatever you're saying, it's nobody besides your people is understanding that. So just like stop talking. Um, anyways, I think it's like funny that he's like queer baiting. I don't know. It's just funny. Like, make your money, I guess. Make this world of like OnlyFans is quite out of my realm. I don't really get all of it. I think it's like kind of wild to be so young and like slanging cock on the Instagram. But I think if you're trying to make money, I mean this is the free world, baby, and make your money off those queers. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I think it's a weird conversation. I don't really have like I said, I don't really have a problem with it. It seems like people really do. I just think like it's really funny because he's 19 and you open up his comment section and it's all, and I mean all 50-year-old men, all 50-year-old men, ugly as hell, like so ugly. And they're in his comments, like they're commenting, like they want this man. And it's just, I don't know, like it's okay. I think it's okay for that guy to be like queer baiting or whatever. It's not okay to be like a grown ass man like believing this 19-year-old is going to penetrate you because you left a comment on his Instagram section. I find that crazy a little bit. I think my favorite part is like the Brazilians, the Portuguese, that they speak Portuguese, and the word for beautiful is linda, linda. And so it's really funny when somebody's commenting on a person that they find attractive or beautiful, and it's some Portuguese fella, and they're like Linda, and I'm like, who the fuck is Linda? And then I have to remember. I have to remember. So if you ever see somebody just randomly commenting Linda, it means they're beautiful. And some Portuguese person is saying something very nice. But then there's like that picture of like Rihanna with her big ass forehead. I've talked about Rihanna twice in 2 episodes. With her big ass forehead, and somebody's like Linda, and then somebody in comments like, who the fuck is Linda? Why couldn't you choose any other word? Anyways. Um so yeah, that's what I have to say about the queers and the queer baiting. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, if you want to make money off of the gays, jorking it, just make, I don't know, make your money. I think that's a good time. So Christmas just happened. Can we get a woot woot for Christmas? Woo woo. It was chill, man. I had a really easy Christmas. I stayed in my home with my housemate and his boyfriend, and we literally sat around and made food. They made chicken parm on Christmas Eve, and I made stew. Yeah, baby, I made stew, and it was fucking good, really good stew. So I wanted to talk about stew for a little bit. I was really hyped to make this stew, really fucking hyped. Like my home girl gave me a recipe, and it was a bomb recipe. It was so easy, so straight to the point, had a lot of nutrients, all that pizzazz. I made that bitch so good. It's like, why are we sleeping on stew? Why are we making stew like stew's like very like the family dinner, or like stew's very like mom made dinner again, like she made stew. And it's like, why? It's very peasant like. And kind of the whole reason I wanted to eat it was because of how peasant like it was. Because obviously I'm into Rome, and Rome was full of the peasants. And I'm sure that I don't know if they were eating stew, but I'm sure they were. It's a pretty easy thing to make. You just a little. It's like you just throw shit in a pot and cook it. And I don't know. It's like we're in this 21st century world, and it's like people aren't cooking. It's like people are eating out all the time. It's like people are. It's like we've given too much power to food. We've given too much power to other people making us food and how much they can charge us for that food. And it's like we're going to McDonald's and my meal's 15 fucking dollars. 15 fucking dollars for this hamburger that's like half the size of a hamburger I can make myself, and it's going to make me feel like shit after I eat it. And then it's like the side is potatoes, bitch, potatoes. And I'm like, I know you're not serving that shit. And like, you're not cooking it in olive oil. It's probably some fucking cheap ass peanut oil that's sitting in plastic somewhere that you paid $4 for. So it's like, why are the fries alone $8? It's a potato. Some of the like the cheapest foods on the planet, potato and fucking rice. It's like those things should not be expensive. Anyways, we're bringing all this back, we're reeling it in because you can make a nice stew at home on your own very simply and put like carrots, potatoes. Like if you want broccoli, throw broccoli in that bitch. You got meat in there. You got fucking I used this last one I did, potatoes and sweet potatoes cuz sweet potatoes are really good for you. Um so I don't know. I guess I'm just like championing like the make it yourself kind of culture. I'm championing like the stand your ground, like you are a person, and people cooked their own food for like ever. Obviously restaurants like existed and shit, but like this whole like I'm getting my meals from secondhand sources. I guess like the grocery store secondhand. I don't i don't really know if I have an opinion on that much, but it's like, why are you still going to all the like? Just if somebody else is prepping your food, they're probably doing something gross to it. And I'm not even like I'm still gonna eat on that fucking restaurant. I'm still gonna eat at that fucking fast food place. But realistically, it's like a lot goes down. I worked fast food. I'm sure a lot of people worked fast food. We know what goes down at the fast food joint. Like, it's not it's not rainbows and sprinkles. You know what I mean? My kitchen's a lot cleaner. I know what's going into it. I know what I'm doing to it. I'm not some like 18-year-old who's getting paid like minimum wage that like just wants to go home and smoke weed. Like that's not who's preparing my food. So go make a fucking stew, bro. It's really easy, like really easy. And if I don't trust people that say they can't cook, I'm gonna just put that out there. I don't fucking trust you. If you say you can't make an egg, I don't fucking trust you. If you're like, oh well, I mean, like if you're like 16, babe, like you have time to learn. But like if you're solid 25 years old and you don't know how to cook an egg, grow up, Linda. And I don't mean beautiful. I mean grow up. Like it's a fucking egg. I don't know. It's just like let's take a break. All right, bitches, we're back for Act 3. Hi, welcome back. I got a couple things to talk about in this final part. I love when I introduce things like that. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyways, our last thing, like one of our last things, I've been watching Beast Games because we have a homie that's on it. So shout out Bryce if you're out there, if you're watching this for some reason. I am supporting you, dog. I am going through it watching this fucking program. And look, I hope you win. I hope you win. Your hair's nice. I hope you win. I really don't understand why Mr. Beast thought this was a good idea. I don't know like who convinced him. I really have no fucking clue who convinced him that this was a good idea. I liked that this man, which okay, by the way, if we don't know what this is, Beast Games is like this game show that Mr. Beast from YouTube's is putting out where he's like taking all these fucking people, like 1,000, it was like 1,000 people. And he was like, one of you guys is going to win $4 million. And like throughout the way, there's like little like things where you can win money too and cop out and take your cash or whatever. And like the first thing was like, whoever touches the button gets a chunk of this. I don't know how much it was, like $500,000 or something, $1 million. And like the more people that press the button, you're out of the game. You don't get to win the 4 million, and you have to split it between you guys. I was like game one. Game two was like if you like take the bet or whatever, take the cop out money, your whole entire row that you're standing on is eliminated from the game, and no one else gets the money, which was kind of crazy because they were like one person can be like, I take $50,000, and nobody else in this row gets to play anymore. They don't get to play at all. They're eliminated, and they don't win any money. Kind of dirty, but oh my god, I coughed. Oh my god, would you guys forgive me if I did that? I wouldn't. Um, okay, Mr. Beast. So he I don't understand how this man watched fucking Squid Games and was like, I want to do that. I like what? I like the whole Squid Games was a fucking like what's the word, like allegory or whatever for like rot, like human rot, like taking advantage of people for money and airing their terrible situations for money. Like almost a trafficking situation if we're gonna put the fucking Webster dictionary to it. Um, why did he see the Squid Game and was like, I know what this is about. I understand the themes and I understand the undertones, and I'm gonna be that guy. Like, what? Like, what? Like, that fool saw Saw. He was like watching saw Jigsaw, and was like, love that idea. Love him. Let's get it going. Let's dump like fucking $50 million into that. Okay. And like people are critiquing this television program of like this is very advantageous, taking advantage of like people in shitty situations. And I don't know what his reaction is to all of this, but like, yeah, buddy, like, yeah. Nobody saw the big giant doll that shot people in Squid Games and was like, that's the hero of the story. So don't know why you're doing that. Anyways, I'm watching it because my homie's in it. And Bryce, you know what? I hope you make it far, buddy. I hope you don't get shot by Mr. Beast. Um, but I don't know. I if that's part of the game. There's like one of them. It's like coming up. It's like coming up on Beast Games, where they get hunted down by Navy SEALs. What the fuck, Mr. Beast? I don't know. I don't know. I think that fool's my age, by the way. I think he's like 25 or 26. I'm 24, but that fool's like 25 or 26. Jigsaw. And like, let's see, like, this man gets 40. Jeffrey Epstein, baby. Like, we're grooming a Jeffrey Epstein the second, and we're entertaining him. You know what I mean? I don't think Mr. Beast is Jeffrey Epstein, but there's parallels. Um, so yeah, that's Beast Games. I yes, check it out on Amazon, and root for my boy Bryce. Honestly, root for my boy Bryce. He's number 51. I thought he got out first game because somebody screwed him over, but then he's been posting that he's still in it. So Bryce, I'm rooting for you. You went to Beast City, it looks like, and I really hope you win a couple milli. So yeah, that's Beast Games. I think wrapping up the show. Net crack, net crack. I think wrapping up the show. I want to talk about my music. I said last time I was like, I'm gonna post my weekly playlist. I'm gonna put it right here. I lied. Okay, I fucking lied about that. I didn't do that. I was like editing the video, and I just it wasn't that entertaining per se. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel good enough to make the reels, and also like I feel like it's unfair for like the reels and the visual people to be like, "Ooh, I get to see the playlist," and then for the listeners to be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Because I know like my family probably listens and doesn't watch, and my family doesn't give a fuck what I'm listening to, but still, it's like nice to include them. So you're welcome, Grandma. I know you're listening. Um. Anyways, the last thing I wanted to talk about with because music's like my life, so I'm going to talk about it at least once per episode for sure. So I was like, let's tack it on at the end. Let's talk about what I need to talk about in the world of music. Right now, I've been making character playlists. It's like not that it's not revolutionary. It's like I didn't make this up, but it's like I've been making playlists based off of some of my favorite characters in media. So I don't know. Like, I guess I was trying to make more. I used to see this guy who has a like literally maybe 500 playlists minimum, and I'm saying minimum. And like some of them have like 5 songs on them, and then some of them have like 50, 60 songs on them, and then some of them have like 200. And they're all very specific vibes. And I kind of liked that. Like, it was a lot. I don't think I need that many, but I like the idea of such like niche different sounds of like for different things. So I think my version of that, I was just trying to like make these little character playlists that have like a certain vibe. Like let me give you an example. My first one I did on was on BoJack Horseman. And first of all, fucking phenomenal TV program. I think probably the best of all time. Um I love that show. Oh god, my neck. Sorry. Um I love that show. So BoJack was my first one, and the playlist is very like it's a couple different things. It's like a little like drug rappy, and then it's also like old dad rock, and it's also like pumped up like pumped up like happy tunes and shit like that. I just wanted to get all the aspects of BoJack. You know what I mean? He's like some drug addict, like ex Hollywood star, who's like middle aged. So the vibes were kind of all there, and like I listened to it, and I really like it. It's like songs that I don't necessarily think usually go together, but under the context of this character, they feel like they fit together. So the playlist feels cohesive. Does that make sense? I don't really care if it doesn't. Another one I made was Julius Caesar, which is not a person in media. That's Julius Caesar, and I talked to him last episode. I talked about him last episode, so get over it. But like the Caesar playlist is so good. I'm sorry, and I started it with "No Friends in the Industry" by Drake because that fool had no friends in the industry. And like the Caesar one is mostly like rap, and it's mostly like "fuck you" rap, like type shit. It's like I'm king type. I mean, because it's Julius Caesar, and also that fool got shot. So like I also or no, he didn't get shot. He got stabbed. But I also have song. I have like "Shootout in Soho" by West Side Gun, and then I have like "Don't Shoot Up the Party" by Brockhampton. It's kind of dirty, but it's a good playlist, and like it all fits under the context of Julius Caesar. So I've been having fun with those. I feel like if you need like a new playlist, like that's a good place to start. Just like find a character that you like or relate to or whatever, and you're like, what would this person listen to if he was around today? Or even if like maybe not like what would he listen to? Maybe be like, what are his vibes? Like what songs like fit his vibes or her vibes or whatever. So I'm gonna keep making a couple more of those. I have a few that I have planned. I really want to make a Wolverine one, make it like 'cause love, obviously, of course, talked about the X-Men again, but like love Wolverine. I feel like I can throw some like Johnny Cash country in there, cut a little bit more of like dad rock, and then like Duster. Like I could throw like Duster in that bitch, and like My Bloody Valentine. Like that gives Logan. And then I also am like working on one of this fool David, the main character from The Lobster, which I love that movie too. And his is a lot more like existential. So I'm liking that too. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been up to music wise. I feel like that's a good, like I said, good place to start if you want to start making more playlists. It helped me, or like maybe even if you want to do broader strokes, like just make it about a certain piece of media. Like I didn't really want to make one about the main character from Manchester by the Sea, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. But I think I want to make one about the movie. Maybe this is getting too specific and like maybe it's getting too niche for me. Um, but it's what I'm up to. It's how I'm consuming my music lately because I haven't been doing a lot of consumption. I told you that last time. I've been kind of sucking at the consumption. So I'm trying to bulk up and listen to songs I don't usually listen to. So that's my little solution to that. But yeah, we're hitting about 30 minutes, man. Man, that was episode 2, fool. And it's like I blast through these fuckers. Like I just yap and you guys listen, you know? Can't blame you for it. Yeah. Oh God. I'm insufferable. Why do you guys listen to this? Anyways, thank you guys. Episode 2 in the books. The next couple weeks, bro, we're gonna see how it pans out. Like I said, I have some people who are offering to help me with the podcast, which is so kind of those people. And as they get added into the podcast hemisphere, I'm gonna shout them out, and you guys will probably see significant changes and improvements because I'm like I said, I'm doing this all myself right now. So getting somebody to come in and edit for me, or like getting somebody to come in and help me produce would just be sick, and I feel like would really improve all this. And then also, I'm about to go on tour, so I don't feel like I should give too much information about my tours and stuff because that's like my job on my side. So I'm not going to give you that like information of like all that, but I am going to be on tour with an artist. I'm going to be doing his audio. We're going to be traveling the country and then possibly the world if I do that. So, while I do that, I'm for sure going to I'm going to bring all this shit and I'm going to make podcasts on the road. And you might get like I'm thinking of making it like a little special. I mean, I'm sure I'll do hotel episodes in such, but like I'll have a day off in Boston. I'll have a day off in Chicago. I think it'd be cool to like film in the streets or like in a park or like I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I guess we'll figure it out step by step. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.